Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Take 5 for Torah. Today is Wednesday, May 14th, and the question is, why do we do that? And our topic today will be on Lag BaOmer. This is the week of Lag BaOmer when, according to the main Ashkenazic tradition, the mourning period for Rabbi Akiva's students ends the morning of Lag BaOmer, that is this coming Friday. And according to Sephardic tradition, they take it to the very next day. The Gemara in Yevamos says that Rabbi Akiva's students stopped dying a half a month before Shavuos, which is really the 34th of the Omer. This year it doesn't make a difference because the 34th is a Shabbos, so both Ashkenazim and Sephardim will begin to end, so to say, the mourning period Friday morning on Lag BaOmer. And I'd like to suggest a very important nuance of how to understand that Gemara of Rabbi Akiva's students dying during this time period because they did not respect each other. Lo nahagu kavod zeh bazeh. I think that maligns the students of Rabbi Akiva. According to tradition, he lost 24,000. According to another tradition, 48,000 students within a short period. And the Rambam says that Rabbi Akiva supported the messianic mission of Bar Kokhba. He thought he was Bar Kokhba. The Yerushalmi says so. The Bavli seems to just say that Bar Kokhba announced himself as Mashiach. But Rabbi Akiva, the Rambam at least insists, was a great supporter, and it stands to reason then that if Rabbi Akiva had thousands and thousands of students, that he sent them to support the revolt. He didn't have them sit and learning in the base of Medrash in the middle of a war. He sent them to fight in the revolt. And that perhaps is what the Gemara means when it says, Lo nohagu kavod zeh bazeh. It means that they did not have the proper respect for the authority in battle. Right? A student in the base of Medrash is used to arguing even the highest authority. That's what we expect. Rabbi Yochanan always wanted, when he gave a class, for people to raise their hand and to prove that I'm wrong. When Reish Lakish, his prized student, passed away, he said, well, all my other students, all they always keep saying is Tani the Messiah, which means, yeah, I'll give proof that what you said is right. I don't want that. I don't need my students to give me proof that I'm right. I want my students to give me proof that I'm wrong. And I want you to challenge me. That's how we say a teacher learns the most from his students. Challenge me. Don't just support me. I want you to challenge me. So the best student knows how to challenge any command, any statement that goes on in class. So when you send 48,000 such students to the battle, and the captain says, listen, I need 24 of you to go over and take that hill. So one of the students, no, we shouldn't take that hill. We should take that hill. Tosfos thinks that that hill is better. That's the way they're studying in the base of Medrash. They don't know the order of command. That's what the Gemara means. Why do they have to say it that way? Why not just go out and say it? You see, the Gemara says they died of askira, which is a very painful lung disease. Maybe it's lung cancer. But askira in Greek means soldier. So it was the Gemara's way of sort of, in an underhanded manner, of saying Rabbi Akiva's students were sent to be soldiers, but the censor, a few hundred years later, when he's writing this down, didn't want the Romans or possibly even the Christians to know that the students were big troublemakers and the students went out to battle and the students made problems. So they hid what they actually did in the guise of this askira. And such opinions are now starting to make their way into the mainstream. So when we talk about why do we do that, why are we mourning at this time of year, especially, I must say, especially for Ashkenazi communities, the Crusades destroyed many communities just in the springtime between Pesach and Shavuot. A lot of Hungarian Jews at the end of the war was already lost for Germany, but when they badly needed their rail cars to bring food and supplies to their soldiers at the front, they used them to cart 750,000 Hungarian Jews to Auschwitz. And it's at this time of year between Pesach and Shavuot, a very difficult time, especially for Ashkenazic Jews. So we pile on Rabbi Akiva with this Crusades and the Holocaust at this time of year. And it's crucial for us to look at Rabbi Akiva's students in as good a light as possible. Let us say they didn't have respect in the battlefront, but they did have respect in the Beis Medrash. They did have respect for each other, and we can mourn the students all in the same manner, but at least to not malign them with this lack of respect for each other. Let us consider this as we end this period of mourning this coming Friday, and something that happened so long ago on this week.